go up and running on my end. Are you muted?
I was double muted.
The heck does that work?
The mute on my headset and the mute on my controller. That's how it always gets me. Alright, so welcome back once again to the JCCR Racing League. We are here with Rowiki today, and we're going to be getting wet at Spa. I'll be planning on this to go about as bad as I could ever do. Terrible at Spa and not very fast in the rain.
Oh, we have a new member on the Discord.
Oh, somebody join. LRM.
Yeah.
Very nice. We keep getting up to that 200 spot, and then we get 200 people on the server, and a couple guys leave. So we've been 195 to 200 for a year. All right. We are going to get our pros out of the race, or off the track.
Why is my thing not popping up? There we go.
Hey, Philness is here. How's it going, Phil? And
I was
Deepatha is here.
waiting for my stream to pop up. Rocco and Indian Steak, how are you doing today, guys? So this is round 7 of the JCCR Racing League, or the specific calendar I like to call the JCCR World Tour. We are still in Europe, as we have been since round 4. Today we are at Spa, and for the only time this season, this track allows rain. But as you said, we are getting mighty wet out on track today.
All right. Now, I believe Johnny said he's not going to make it today. So, as soon as Rocco backs out, we should be ready to go. Nielsen, good luck.
Oh. Right, so as we spectate Sir Badger out on track, the big thing is engine aspiration. Naturally aspirated is likely going to handle the wet conditions a lot better than turbocharged, because turbocharged with the forced induction produces a lot of torque out on exit, which is probably not going to handle a bunch of wet tarmac better than if it were dry. So turbocharged cars like the BMW M6, Ferrari 296, and McLaren 650S may be a bit of a struggle for these races today. Forza Canada, what's good, man? Good luck in the race today.
So yeah, then that's the question. Should I do a quick reset now, or just after this race, or just keep rolling with it?
I think keep rolling with it, because the weather conditions are probably going to stay the same.
Yeah. Every time we go to the random rain, it doesn't seem like we get a whole lot of rain. Racing Initiative. How's it going? You the one that just joined the Discord? Alright. Good luck to all the drivers, especially me. I'm really going to need it. And it is monsoon season, so...
Right, I'm back from dropping the links, and... Right.
If I exit, it just takes me out. I'm going to have to do a lap on softs just to change tires. I might be screwed.
GT Arc. I remember you from a previous stream. What's good? Italian. Nice. Right, who is on track? Oh my god, it is pouring down on track. It is full wet conditions, and Super Doofus, you are on softs.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. If I hit exit, does it immediately take me out of qualifying, or will it let me get back into qualifying?
Rocco, we didn't reset it. So I think this brings out the picture for the start of the race, because it is mad wet right now.
Oh, these soft tires won't grab the road at all.
As through the rain, mist, and cloud, we have Arcuri first in the queue. He won the last race in Deep Forest by a considerable margin. That was before penalties were applied to the podium sitters. Position changes were not affected then.
I was
Arcuri
looking
will
at
definitely
the...
want to bring up some points in his standings to stake his claim in the Amateur League Championship fight.
Yeah, we got B. Allen here.
Super Doofus. How
Doing
do you
terrible.
have 9 seconds of penalties?
I am sliding all over the track on these soft tires.
And you ran directly into the camera. Oh boy.
Jeez.
11
those are some big
seconds.
penalties.
Oh no.
Definitely don't recommend the soft tires on the wet. Not working out very well. We've got a whole bunch of people in here. How's it going, everybody?
Right.
I'm struggling to get
Enough
around this track.
Watching slick tires in wet conditions. We have Remy leading a queue of 4 cars. It's making it a little congested on... Oh, Johnny just made it.
Oh, Johnny got in.
No worries, we can start from the back. As this
Oops,
queue
sorry.
of Remy, Camaro, Sir Badger, and Fox are catching Super Doofus as he serves an 11-second penalty. Camaro follows Remy, and Fox has passed Camaro. I thought to say he was going for move, but he has passed Camaro. He's now 3rd in the queue. Camaro is 4th in the queue. Sir Badger's 5th in the queue. Hang on.
Oh,
As Super
couldn't even make
Doofus
pit lane.
goes for a tumble on the slick tires. Then we have Moya, 7th in the queue, about to start his lap, and last in the queue is Neighbor. Back to Curie. Give me a moment.
There's another penalty. Alright, let's go with these. Give me a chance to see who's joined in. We got VL from Lead Pencil's channel. She's the boss lady. We got Philness and Nielsen in here. Forza. Hey, Crasher's in here. How's it going? Morning.
Ooh. As I was finishing texting Johnny, our Curie has had a little spin out of the Lecombe chicane and resaved jointly. Nicely done. But it is now... Who is it now? It is B. Fox who leads the queue, but he got a half-second penalty. He's on the full wet tires.
Alright.
Apparently none, according to the game, Rocco. As through Puon, this is going to be a massively tricky corner in the wet
Yep.
for understeer and oversteer due to the extremely wet pavement right now.
Got more penalties crossing the lines in that pit lane. A nice wide open track, though.
The line looks to be drying out fairly quickly at the moment.
Of course it is, because I just put on the wet tires.
It looks like the line, the racing line, looks to be intermediates, but you have to be mad careful on the off track to not slip onto the full wet section. As B. Fox serves his half-second penalty. through Blanchimont, and you'll be hard on the brakes into the bus stop chicane to complete the lap here at Spa, the longest track on the calendar. Or should I say the track with the longest lap time. Fox is pitting. He's going to put on inters, it seems. So Camaro is going to take the flag first with a 2:34.5, but he's also on wet tires, so he might have to change to intermediates. Sir Badger, 2:37.4, also on full wets. Curry made a mistake, so his time is definitely not going to matter here. Ooh, we have Remy and Moya with a bit of traffic here. Looks like Remy also made a mistake as Moya goes to the top on inters with a 2:32.2. 2 times the other contenders can put up. Neighbor is also pitting from wets, and Super Deuce on an outlap on full wets, serving a 3-second penalty from crossing the pit line. Actually, now's a great time to discuss. We changed the layout from the original layout to the 24-hour layout because on the original layout you have people starting in the final chicane, which creates quite a big gap to the top half of the grid compared to the back half. We do not want that to be happening. So the 24-hour layout starts everyone after the first chicane, where it will not create a massive separation in the pack. But the trade-off is it comes in with a much trickier pit exit, where both AM and Pro drivers have been falling victim to 3-second penalties for cutting the pit exit line. Super Doofus. A little squirrely out of the first first corner.
Definitely going to have the slowest qualifying time on this one. There we go. Time. Whoa.
Oh, we're already 7 minutes into qualifying. This is only lap 3. Or lap 2 of our actual time lapse, I should say.
I don't know how I avoided that penalty there, but not really going to help my time any.
We're already about to cross 2 minutes to go. There is not a lot of time for these AM drivers to set qualifying laps. So those who are on wet tires those who started on wet tires are in crunch time at the moment, as Moya is 2.5 seconds up on his time. That's how much track evolution does for you.
Yeah, it's drying out so fast I'm not getting grip on my wet tires. I should have went with the intermediates.
Does anyone dare try slick tires? Maros, it's a new record of a 2:33.0. Is still on wets? He is still on wets. As Arcuri sets a new best time of a 2:28.9 on inters and shoots to the top of the standings. Last week's, or should I say 2 weeks ago's race winner, currently on the pole, looking set to gain an extra point, looking good for him. Moya is only half a second down on him with a 2:29.4. So he'd be looking to be in a great starting position if it were to stay this way. But the others, Sir Badger, well, I think him and Fox were on an outlap, so this is their first time lapse. Neighbor's also on an outlap, and we have less than a minute to go. So, Super Duis, I think you're stuck with the wet tires.
Yeah, I can complete one more lap at least, though. Hopefully get something better, but I don't think it'll help move me up in starting positions.
And I think when he crosses the line, he'll be the last one to cross line to finish his lap, to finish off the qualifying. Definitely the wrong tire choice, 2:38.9. You'll have to make do with what he has, with full wet tires on basically a bone-dry track. Camaro's in the pits, so he's done. And from what I can tell, no one is on slick tires. So now Arcuri first in the queue. Third pole sitter, but we still have B Fox and Neighbor to go through.
Still couldn't make it.
Any one of these three could be on the pole position. Definitely 3 of the fastest drivers of the league of the season. As Arcuri is currently almost 1.5 seconds up. Only now Camaro comes out of the pits. The timer has run out.
Yeah, that did not help at all. That was a terrible lap.
Arcuri through Blanchimont. Looked like a little wiggle on the exit. Be careful there not to run wide or spin out, especially through the undulations of the bus stop chicane as Arcuri goes through said chicane and flat on the power straight to the line. The time is a 2:26.5, extends the pole position, but we still have quite a few more laps to clear as Moya crosses the line. He improves his time, but only by 2/10. Where's that going to leave him on the grid? Next in the queue is B. Fox. I was speaking of him for a moment. Let's approach the line. Can he take the pole away from Curry? No, 2:27.6 with a second place for a front row. Sir Badger goes to the fourth with a 2:29.8 in the Vantage, which may be a little bit of a brick in the corners, so it may struggle at Spa compared to DeForest by a lot. Only have two more cars now. Remy coming. Oh, he's on an outlap. Oh well. The what about neighbor in the F-Type? Can he take the pole away from Curry? No, he lines up in third with a 2:28.0 and crucially behind the man closest to him in the standings, B. Fox. So B. Fox is in a good position to gain some points on neighbor in the standings. But once again, it's R. Curry, the class of the field, in the wet by a full second. And he is definitely looking like it might not be over for him in the standings.
So it is good to know that I could have backed out and switched my tires and re-entered the course. So it will let you get back into qualifying if you exit out.
And we just need to wait for the timer to run down now.
And we're going to reorganize so we can get Johnny in.
So
there we
your
go.
qualifying order. Curry leads the field by a full second with a 2:26.5. A masterclass qualifying in the wet, followed by Fox in second, Neighbor in third, Moya in fourth, Sir Badger in fifth, Camaro in sixth, Super Dubis in seventh, and Remy didn't really get a chance to set a qualifying lap in the first place, so he has a lot of work to do from the back of the field.
All right, so we're going to go here, and we're going to end the race. There we go. Practice race, and set by host. Okay, and now everybody can rejoin, and we will get this ordered up.
But I have the grid screenshotted if you would like me to read out once everyone enters.
Yes, that is always helpful. All right. We got Neighbor, Fox, Curry, Sir Badger, Johnny, me, Moya, Remy. Missing one.
We just need Camaro.
Camaro. Down at the bottom.
Contrast, welcome in. How are you doing today? After finishing that Subaru livery you did last night. Right, everyone is entered. So the grid is Curry,
Okay, I got Curry, Fox, Neighbor, Moya. Who's next? Sir
Sir
Badger.
Badger.
He's already there. Johnny is going to the back.
Yep.
And then Camaro.
Yes.
And then me, Remy, Johnny. Okay.
Yeah. So, grid is set. Sir Badger is saying in my chat, tire check. Weather radar looking like for the start of this race. Also, welcome in, Sir Badger.
So according to this, it looks like we're going to need...
Oh, looks like we have a green patch of rain to start this race. So the AMs may want to be careful, maybe tiptoe around the track to start the race.
Yep. I'm going to go with the intermediates.
Hopefully everyone is on the right tires to start the race in the first place.
And here we go. Hopefully everybody
I drive
had time
till
to...
I drop. Basically, contrast.
All right. Sorry, I can't focus too much on the chat while I'm trying to drive. Busy's in here. How's it going, Busy?
As the grid lines up to just before Eau Rouge, so we don't have people starting in the final chicane. We'll have the full pack all together at the start of this race as the cars roll off in their rolling start positions. Harry on the outside, Fox on the inside, and off they go for the amateur race. Hopefully everyone fit the right tires.
I did not. I should have gone with the wets. I went with the intermediate. Maybe I'll get lucky and it'll dry out.
Everyone's clean through Eau Rouge, and now the slipstream all the way to Lake Combe chicane, and we have Neighbor trying to move on B Fox potentially into the Lake Combe chicane. Who is last on the brakes? The two championship contenders. Going wheel to wheel, there's a bit of contact, and Neighbor is through into second place. The very tight-knit pack at the moment. And we have Sir Badger going alongside.
Ooh, contact ahead.
Oh no, Neighbor slows down and causes a huge crash before the hairpin. Moya spins round. Neighbor's fully off the track. What happened there? And who is that? That's Sir Badger off the road. He's an absolute carnage on the first lap here in Spa.
Get on the track.
What has gone on there? Oh, what is this? Super Doofus has gone all the way to third place. Holy moly.
Oh, I just went off the track a little. I think that might be a penalty. Sorry, I'm sliding.
Aaron
I slid in front of somebody.
Third. Super Doofus out to fourth. And Johnny, once again, with an excellent start. He's gone from the back of the field in ninth all the way up to fifth place on the first lap. But that is not what Neighbor had in mind for the start. It's possibly the fifth race out of 6 he's been involved in some sort of spin. This time it was causing a massive crash.
Oh, yikes. Can't keep it on the track.
Yeah, contrast. That was a huge accident out of Lake Combe chicane. I don't know what happened there, but from the outside perspective, Neighbor slowed down when there was 2 cars already coming in.
Johnny is already up into 4th. He is doing great. Remy went right by me.
If the game would allow us to do so, Remy, as Johnny gains another place. And once again with an excellent start. Call him the super starter because he has been flying off the starts this season. Also, welcome in, Crasher. Nielsen, welcome in. Do you have... Oh yeah, I was about to ask if you have any practice, but you said you're doing monsoon weather on inters. But on to lap 2. R. Curie already has a huge lead in front. He has a 2.5 second lead over B. Fox. It's looking very good from last week's winner. But he's picked up a half-second penalty at Eau Rouge.
Oh, I got a big run. Yep, I didn't make it. I cut the track.
Dubiduis has a half-second penalty. He's directly behind Johnny. Remy is looking to make a move on Super Doofus. They're wheel-to-wheel through the Lake Combe chicane. Moya also has a half-second penalty.
Enough grip.
And Super Doofus runs wide onto the gravel. He has dropped to 8th place. Also, thank you, Crasher. I'm glad the JCCR Racing League has a positive outlook on the community around us. We aim to put out clean racing just like this, what you're watching right now.
Yeah, I'm struggling so hard not to run into anybody.
Oh, it looks like Camaro has also picked up a half-second penalty. And so has B Fox. So penalties looking like to be a big struggle for the amateur drivers for the moment. Like, the only ones who don't have penalties are Neighbor, Sir Badger, Remy, Johnny, and that's it. As we have Moya looking for a move on Remy, even though he has a penalty. Decides to stay in line, though, probably sensibly. As we have the penalties being served by the contenders. As B Fox has closed down the gap to, actually we may have a side-by-side behind. It's Remy and Johnny. Remy's trying to move into Blanchimont. Makes it stick, but gets onto the grass, and Johnny may have room for a switchback into the chicane. Last on the late brakes. Side by side through the chicane. Oh, and that looks like Neighbor has gone off of the chicane, and Johnny holds his position in 4th. Once again, great start from Johnny, going from last of the field all the way up to the top half of the pack. So good luck, Contrast in the Jackhammer lobby. Have fun. Thanks for dropping in. Take care. Have a safe day. Oh boy. There was so much action in the opening laps.
I'm actually doing a lot better than expected so far. I haven't completely lost yet. Ooh, but I'm having such trouble trying to get these wet tires to stick.
Here's Super Doofus is on the wet tires, but it looks like there's a dry line forming right now. Well, you have plenty of time to eat dinner, Nielsen, because you do have a race going on right now. Actually, I think we can see what tires people are on. Fox is on the inters. Curry is on the inters, but Fox is gaining rapidly on the Irishman. Camaro's on the full wets. Johnny's on the inters. Moya's on the inters as he had a look into the hairpin for 5th place. Neighbor on the inters. Subaru is on the inters. Remy on the inters. And Sir Badger on the full wets. Closest spot we have is Moya. He's less than 3/10 behind Johnny for 4th place. And Johnny holds the positions he gained on that super start on the first lap. Capitalizing off all the chaos. And we also have Curry against Fox. Runner-up in the championship at the moment with his championship rival all the way down in 6th versus the man with the momentum from winning the previous race. He's had quite a bit of bad luck this season, but now he won the last race and is currently in the lead of this one with the pole position bonus point. So maybe his stake in the championship standings is not dead just yet.
Morning, Devious. How's it going?
It looks like Moya has gotten past Johnny for 4th place. Now we have Neighbor looking to the inside of Johnny. Nothing doing there. Also, I do apologize. I did miss the overtake for Moya and Johnny. Typical F1 TV broadcasting from me. Silly me. Right now, Neighbor has had a great run on Johnny into La Source. What about the exit? Yeah, we do, Rocco. Neighbor has a great run on Johnny. Into Eau Rouge. Does he dare try? No, he doesn't. Sensibly. That's through Eau Rouge and Radion.
Yeah, I finally made it through there without a penalty.
Third to sixth makes through clean. Neighbor has a great run on Johnny into the Lake Comp chicane. Who's last on the brakes as they go into the braking zone? Oh, looks like a little bit of rubbing, but Neighbor is through into fifth place. Oh, looks like Boya is off the road. But he does hold. Fourth place is Camaro. He's picked up a half-second penalty. I mean, this is absolutely too close to call. Literally anybody can take this podium spot right now as Moya gets a bad run out of the corner with no name. Into Puan. Neighbor on the inside. He takes fourth place on Puan. Oh, as looks like a push to pass from Johnny on Moya. As Moya has dropped 2 places from that costly mistake, which allowed the 2 behind him to get past him through the Puan corner. And it looks like Super Duvas is keeping with them, but he did just run wide into that chicane. I don't know what it's called. I mean, literally anything can happen to the AMs and pros. The wet weather is proving quite treacherous as Moya gets the run on Johnny and breezes by him back into 5th place. As Camaro serves his half-second penalty, that is going to hurt. Watson to 4th. Watson to 4th. I thought he was going to lose to 5th briefly. What am I saying? Do we have Moya looking for a move into the chicane on Camaro? No, stays in 5th place. As, oh no, Moya's been spun around by Johnny! That's the second time this lap that Johnny has been making contact with Moya. So maybe that super start may be a little bit hampered by rusty decisions on track. That has cost both him and Moya.
Johnny tried to wait for Moya, and I got right into the back of him trying to avoid hitting Moya. Got a little bit of a mix-up there, and I'm way off. That's a penalty.
Well, Rouge is proving treacherous for the AM drivers for the moment. As Neighbor continues to charge up, he's past Camaro. Actually, he passed him on under penalty. Never mind. He's already through him for half a lap now.
And it went off again. I'm not getting slowed down enough. Very unfortunate.
Super Duvas and Moya with half-second penalties.
None of these liveries are working.
When I have just looked at the track water bar on the bottom left corner, the dry line is starting to come real bone dry. So who dare makes the call to switch to slick tires?
Between the lines, that's not necessary. On pavement, it counts.
As we have had some discussion about the Pro League standings in my chat, we'll keep you posted on that when we get to the Pro race. But for now, our Curie has a 5-second lead to B Fox. He's absolutely crushing it at a wet Spa right now in the changeable conditions. When I like what he's doing, he's using the wet parts of the track to keep his intermediate tires nice and cool as he continues on track. Actually, now that I think about it, the pit exit may be a bit wet at the moment for slick tires. As our Curie now sets the fastest lap of a 2:25.3 on a 5.2 second advantage to B Fox. We have Johnny and Moya. Moya having a look on Johnny, which opens the door for Moya with a really nice pass into last source. Moya back into 6th place. The fake dive made up for a real dive, and Moya took full advantage of that. Thank you very much. 6th place.
I'm going to risk it and put on the soft tires now.
Oh, Johnny running a little wide. And we have 2 pit stops. It's Super Dubis and Sir Badger. As you have just heard, they are going to risk putting on soft tires, but what about that pit exit?
Oh, that pit exit's going to be nasty.
Oh, boy.
Hopefully no penalties. About the best you can wish for on this one.
As the pit lane is quite long on this track, but pretty much sums up the track itself.
That's penalty.
Out comes Super Dubis on soft tires. As Super Dubis has navigated that pit exit nice and cleanly. He's back out on track.
Did I make it?
What could he gain from the undercut? Because the track is now fully bone dry.
Hey, I made it without a penalty. Yay, me.
Thank you, Crasher. I like doing this. As out comes Sir Badger as well. He's taking it very tentatively on the pit exit. Very understandably because it's wet. Oh, we have Super Dubis, who is wide out of the Lake Cobb chicane. Maybe any undercut potential may have been wiped by the wet curbs and exits. As I come back to Camaro, serving a half-second penalty. Maybe Johnny also served a penalty. And we have a pit stop. It is Camaro. He is coming in from intermediate tires. Looks like for soft tires. B-Fox follows him into the pits. And, oh, looks like the intermediates are starting to wear down. Neighbor. Oh, we have a crash in the pit lane. It's Remy.
Oh, no.
As Moya goes by him. Remy was making a pit stop. I presume he spun in. I think that's the first time I've ever seen one of these in the league. There's a crash entering the pit lane.
Looks like we have pretty much everybody pitting here. Did Johnny stay out?
We have Neighbor, Johnny, and Camaro staying out. Currently your podium is Neighbor, Johnny with his highest running position of the season in second, and Camaro in third, but he's on full wet tires. I'm not sure that can last for much longer in the dry conditions. As R. Curie is about to come out of the pits on fresh softs. Curry navigates out cleanly. Looks like Fox is navigating out cleanly. The first one to pit? Yeah, definitely Remy. Moya. Oh, I just remember what you were referring to. That was the crash in the pit lane. Yeah, that's just rough though, Remy.
Whoa. Nope, that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea.
Oh, we have a hard crash at Eau Rouge Radion. It is Super Dubis directly into the wall. Front end damage, suspension damage, engine damage. That is a hard crash for the BMW driver.
My car's toast. So it popped up on my screen about the weather, so I figured I'll switch to the weather radar. Completely
Oh,
blew
we
the
have
turn.
a spinner as well. It's Remy at the Lake Comp chicane. That's more trouble for the Porsche driver.
That worked out great. Poor BMW. I
Camaro a
ruined it.
little off of the gravel. Add to the end of Sector 2.
Oh, if I'm lucky, I might be able to catch up to Sir Badger.
Curry is 22 seconds behind Neighbor. There we might have drivers trying to the end. Not Johnny, as he's coming into the pits. What about Camaro? Well, he definitely should come into the pits. He's on full wet.
Yeah, and that crash is a very good example as to why you shouldn't text and drive. I don't get to hear Karen for some reason, but I can see the chat up on the top right. And it pops up and I glance at it, and then you run into a wall.
Not having Karen is a good thing, because when we had it on, you couldn't hear me talking on your stream.
Yeah, it's better with Karen off, but I don't know why. It didn't used to pop the actual chat up there. Now it is.
Right. R. Curie is 20 seconds behind Neighbor. Neighbor's staying out, but his tires look heavily worn. But can he possibly try it to the end? But Curry can possibly make up 20 seconds on Neighbor due to the tire difference. So Fox is back in the third. Moya into fourth. Looks like a clear run on Johnny. He does have a clear run on Johnny. So the undercut has worked brilliantly for Moya. So for Neighbor, the play at this point is to basically stay out and pray it sticks. Oh, looks like Camaro has fit intermediates. Maybe not the best tire choice right now. As we have Remy in 7th, Sir Badger in 8th, and Super Duvis in 9th, who had a hard crash at Eau Rouge, possibly the hardest of the season so far, and possibly of the season period.
I don't think Johnny is streaming right now. He kind of just barely snuck in enough time to get on.
They couldn't get enough time to set up. As Neighbor goes from Sector 3, the gap is already 16 seconds. Under 16 seconds, as like Neighbor. Oh, it looks like he went a bit wide through Blanchimont. The gap was 20 seconds at the start of the lap. It's now gone 5 seconds by the wayside. And he came into the pits. That may have been way too late for Neighbor to come into the pits, but maybe it's better than having his tires die out on him by lap 11 or something. So R. Curie is going to retake the lead of the race on soft tires with a new fastest lap of a 2:22.4.
I am gaining on Sir Badger a little bit. Looks like he may have slipped out of a corner, but I got myself a penalty.
Is there a small chance with how many laps Neighbor stayed out? Is there a chance he loses position to Moya? Puts in quite a bit of fuel into his car. Quite a slow pit exit. There's Moya on track. Where does Neighbor exit in the pits? He's behind Moya. So that, staying out very long in interest, has cost Neighbor dearly. Oh, and Neighbor's got a 3-second penalty. That's more disaster for Neighbor.
He's got that pit
That is
lane.
definitely going to cost him position to Johnny in 5th. This has not been a good race for RSR Neighbor. And bear in mind, this is the championship leader at the moment. That is not what he needed at Spa.
Sir Badger got a big lead on me there.
The order for the moment, R. Curie leads by 8.7 seconds, 8.6 from B. Fox in second. Moya's jumped up to third with a clear gap behind him. Neighbor leads Johnny for 4th and 5th, but he's got a massive penalty to serve in Sector 3. Marrow's in 6th, but Remy is right behind him. Your Badger's in 8th, and Super Duvis not too far behind in 9th. And I didn't even notice, B. Fox set the fastest lap away from Curry with a 2:21.3. The pendulum has swung multiple times throughout this race. As here comes Neighbor to serve his 3-second penalty. Slows down all the way to 54 miles an hour as Johnny sails past him. Like a speedboat versus a sailboat. Johnny was the speedboat, Neighbor was the sailboat, and Johnny goes by into 4th place.
Hey Rob, how's it going? Still struggling to
Curry
keep
now
his
sets
car
the
on the road.
fastest lap. Curry now sets the fastest lap, 2:20.7, and has extended his lead to 9 seconds over Fox. What's the closest battle we have on track? As Remy is now past Camaro up into 6th place.
I feel like if I had more time to practice, I could probably do halfway decent.
This battle here between Remy and Camaro. Oh yeah, never mind, he's on intermediate tires, I forgot.
I keep getting caught up a little bit to Sir Badger.
Whoa, my God, Camaro went absolutely flying on the bollards. Whoa, my God.
Oh, we're going to have to check that out.
I'm out of control. Sorry, guys. Oh my God, he went like 15 feet in the air.
Holy crap.
I'm out of control, guys. Sorry.
It's a big jump off the bollards.
Oh my God, you've got to see it on the replay. It's lap 10 at Lake Combe Chicane. It is absolutely hilarious.
Alright, we do have Rowiki streaming. This is why I shouldn't be reading while driving. We do have Rowiki streaming the spectate view of this race.
Oh my God, that was awesome, Forza. Oh my God, I'm still out of control. As Camaro goes wide out of Blanchimont.
Come on, car.
That's out in front, R. Curie. That's a new fast lap of a 2:19.9. That's a great lap from the Irishman, and he's now extended his lead to 10 seconds over Fox. Surprisingly, it did work out well from Nielsen. That was probably the highlight of the season in the AM League.
Yeah, every turn one, that whole, I guess the last turn and the first turn, Sir Badger just dominates me. Get maybe a couple of tenths of a second back up on him throughout the lap, and then he pulls away by almost a full second in turn one.
Vantage does have quite the acceleration on the straights, but this is Spa. It has a lot of high-speed corners, so probably more like a brick rather than a car in when it needs to actually take a corner. The last time out of Deep Forest, it favored the Vantage because it's more an acceleration and low-speed turn-based track. But this is a completely different track compared to Deep Forest, so maybe the Vantage may struggle a little bit. As Arcade goes even faster with a 2:19.5 and extends to over 11 seconds. The Irishman has just been dominating the Amateur League lately. As we're on to 2 laps to go.
Those guys are definitely getting some Pro League times. It'd be nice to see them in the Pro League next season.
Potentially.
I'm back here struggling to get my car to turn.
As you remember in Deep Forest, Curry set a 27.1. That was very comparable to pro level time, so maybe we do move him up to the Pro League next season. If he wishes to, though, obviously.
At a certain point, we're going to have to force him, because when you compare, 220s, 221s, or even like me, 23 and 25. I think if they're capable of keeping up mid-pack with the pros, then they should probably get bumped up.
Could try him out for season 4. Maybe.
That was my best lap. It was better than any lap I had in practice.
Oh, we have a battle brewing on the penultimate lap. Neighbor has been spending a few laps catching back up to Johnny. Now, right on the back bumper of the Porsche, we have seen Johnny put up some sterling defensive drives this season. Can he hold on for another 4th place? Actually, I forget. Has he finished 4th this season? I need to look back at it. But do remember, the F-Type has absolutely rocket ship acceleration. As Neighbor has a look on the inside of Johnny. Johnny does hold 4th place. But Neighbor is all over the back of Johnny. Johnny is positioning his car where he needs to, but he goes wide on the end of Sector 2. He now has dirty tires and has a very compromised run. As through to Blanchimont, does Neighbor try a move? He is trying a move. They go side by side into Blanchimont potentially. And Neighbor does clear Johnny for 4th place. Johnny does have momentum. Can he come back at the Dutchman? Through the final chicane they go. On the brakes, wheel to wheel. And there's a bit of, looks like there was a bit of contact between Johnny and Neighbor. Didn't even look minor, but Johnny did wait for him. So Neighbor officially takes 4th place on the last lap. As back to Curry. We'll watch him as he takes his last lap here at Spa-Francorchamps.
Seen a little tiny rain cloud trying to show its head. Whoa, I'm way off track. Wait a minute, I don't have enough fuel. How did I not have enough fuel?
Just refuel my sec and you'll be fine. I am myself congested.
I'm gonna save a bunch of fuel, make sure I make the end. I got 0.6 of a lap, and I got a full lap to do.
Yeah, like I said, just fuel lap 6. Why is when I talk for a while I get so congested? I have this problem with recording my video.
Try and take more drinks.
Maybe.
Sip on some water while you're doing it.
Curie through the final sector. But his driving today has simply been sublime. Only gave up the lead when he had to make pit stops. But absolutely killer lap times, potentially pro times. He's had a little bit of bad luck, or a lot of bad luck through this season. But maybe now he's put that bad luck aside. It's 2 on the bounce for Arcuri. He wins indeed for us, and he's going to win in Spa-Francorchamps. Arcuri wins the mixed conditions here in Spa-Francorchamps with a sublime drive to take the win. 2 on the bounce for Arcuri. Maybe his championship challenge is still alive. B Fox comes home for 2nd place and is going to take the championship lead from RSR Neighbor. And how about this? Moya, brand new to sim racing and to GT7 in general, but he's going to come home to bring him a podium finish in the Outer League. Moya comes home with his first podium in the Outer League in 3rd. Congratulations to the Polish driver. RSR Neighbor recovers well to 4th place, but there are definitely some woes to rue back on for the Dutchman. Remy comes home for a top 5 finish. Oh, and Johnny is out of fuel. Camaro is going to take 6th place.
Oh, no.
Sir Badger he is definitely going to take 7th place. Oh, Sir Badger. That's a swerve out of the way of Johnny. And looks like Super Doofus is going to
I'm at point
overtake.
one. Oh. Well, can I beat one
And
guy?
Johnny crawling through the final corner. And Super Duo is on the power. He does take 8th
Not
place from
last.
Johnny at the line.
No, not last.
Super Duo is 8th. And Johnny with a great start, but the unfortunate ending of the race.
Oh, yeah, I had to change the fuel map to 6. I was early shifting all over the place, and I barely made it to the end.
Well, what a race that was. So, our Curie, pole to win with the fastest lap, the maximum 22 points. And the only driver under this 32-minute finishing time, B. Fox in second, Moya in third with his first podium in the Amateur League. And I also mentioned B. Fox is going to retake the championship lead from Neighbor, I think. Neighbor recovers well to fourth. Remy in fifth. Camaro in sixth. Sir Badger in seventh. Subaru is eighth, taking eighth on the line from Johnny, who went from sixth all the way to ninth because he ran out of gas.
Why doesn't it have my replay on here? Can you save the replay?
I have.
Okay, it doesn't
Is your
even
storage full?
show me the option to save it. No, my storage is not full. I actually went through it this morning and cleaned
What?
it up.
Wow, that is odd.
It doesn't even have the button up here to do it.
I'm just seeing it on your stream. Wow, that is odd. Right. So, can you reset to qualifying?
Yes, so...
And I need to... Oh, wait. We need all re-answer anyway.
Put the qualifying back on, which will reset the lobby in the rain. And I am not going to enter. Oh, definitely curious to see what happened with Johnny's race, because he just went flying by me. He's so good at Spa a lot of times, and running out of the gas at the end. What a heartbreaker.
Commentary duty is now going to switch over to Super Doofus, as I am going to be driving in the pro race and trying to survive in a turbocharged vehicle in the very heavy wet.
Everybody's starting to come out of the pits here. Oh, I'm going to have to take... Thor got himself that penalty already. Take myself a quick bathroom break. Focus in on Nielsen here for a little bit as I go around the track. Stepped on my dog. Poor doggy. This up so we can see those lap times. Okay, yeah, I don't know why it didn't even let me save. I've been having problems with my replays. Give me 1 minute, I'll be right back.
Go, Rocco. Who got it? I actually might be thinking so, Rocco. God, it's sluggish with that chicane. Good luck. Good luck, Rocco. Have a good race, man.
Alright, I am back. Sub said...
Crispy's
Okay,
chat.
he did
See
get in,
Crispy's
so...
chat message?
Did I see what?
Did you see Crispy's chat message? In game?
No. In-game? I didn't.
Yeah.
Let's go see what Crispy said. We can start in 10, please. Hang washing out. I don't know exactly what that means, but yeah, we can give him a few minutes.
I
Can't
think he's saying
start...
he's technically closed after washing them.
Okay.
Crap. Holy moly.
We can't start any
Oh,
later
he was so
than
bad at like option K.
10:05. Okay, so we're going to give Crispy a little bit of time to do whatever it is he's trying to do. Started about 5 minutes late. That'll give everybody a little bit of time too. Oh, nice. I was actually super surprised. I expected to essentially wreck out in the first or second lap like I always do, but I kind of hung with the pack for a little bit. Then I went in and actually stuck with them until I went into the pit, trying to be sneaky. But then I had to overrun whatever that first chicane is, and I went too deep in there. And then actually managed to not finish last for a change. I was even kind of surprised by the fuel management at the end because I thought I had plenty of gas, and then all of a sudden, barely over a half a lap's worth. We got 22 watching today, and appreciate all the likes and everything. I know I'm a terrible streamer, and we do what we can. Refresh this, and basically as soon as Crispy is readied up, we're going to fire this one up. Run, Crispy, run. Yeah. But if you're talking about that little diamond that pops up, I went over that like I normally do.
Oh, look at that chicane, man.
Yeah, so generally I let it go just past that. I bet you it's because of the difference in the pace from going from the wet tires to the soft tires. They had such a much faster pace by that point, so it would have miscalculated how much fuel I needed.
Oh no, don't run wide.
So yeah, there's a little extra tip for everybody. Make sure if you're on the wets to start off and then you switch to dry tires, give yourself a little bit of extra fuel because the game's not going to calculate the faster pace of the dry tires. Crispy a few more minutes.
Man, I served a 1 second penalty. Great.
And Dano is getting fun in the Ferrari as he is spinning out. I was going to go on board with Dano. Missed it just by a little bit as Forza comes flying past there. Yeah, I think that's what happened to Johnny and why he ran out of fuel.
Drying out very quick.
Now, in real life, you're standing at a racetrack. It's kind of obvious to say, I need this much, or it's raining this hard. But in-game, it can be really hard to judge which tires you need to start on. But the intermediates can always be kind of a safe bet on a wet track. And Dano's going around again.
Dano.
You caught a little bit of that wet.
Turbocharged cars.
I'm going to put up a warning here. We're going to go right at 10:05 my time, 12:05 East Coast time. Hopefully Crispy gets in. Better do your laundry faster than you've ever done it before.
This car is a rev-it-out car, Remy.
And it still looks like the liveries aren't loading, so we're having issues with that. Got Rocco coming through a rouge here as other cars are coming out of the pits. Looks like somebody got themselves a pit lane penalty back there. It was Thor.
Okay, Crispy says he's ready.
Oh, good. Well, I just said 4 minutes, so I'll let Crispy do a couple laps, or a lap and a half. Make sure he gets out on track before we start this one up. Okay.
Let me look at its power delivery, Remy. Yeah, look at it. Its peak power. Peak power for top speed is near the top of the RPM range.
We got Ronan going for a slide.
The blue line.
Yeah, wet the track is currently. Not super wet. Mostly dry now.
Oh, I thought you were talking about, in general, you're talking about the corners. Yeah, probably.
Alright. We're going to have just under 2 minutes till we start up this race. Lots of people getting that pit lane penalty today. It's fine in practice, but you really want to avoid that during the race. Hey, Cookie Guy, thanks for stopping by.
I just got it.
I've been sneaking into a few of your videos lately. Alright, well, it's not quite 5 after, but I'm ready, so we're going to fire this one up. Hopefully, everybody is good to go. Don't want to do that. We're going to start qualifying. So good luck to all of our drivers. Race long and prosper. You haven't seen some of my better races. Oh, wait, nobody has because I don't put them up. I only put on the good races. That's one nice thing when you're not doing as much streaming and making videos more. You really get to cherry pick the good ones. Alright, so let's get out on track here. I'm going to put all on so we can see where our rain is at. And currently, it looks like we got a lot of rain. So, very wet track. You could see in the mirror back there that somebody was getting a little wild. That was Seb. Kind of clipped the wall coming out of the pit lane. Dano was being brave on the mediums. Dano might want to get some wet tires on. Now we got 25 watching. That might be a record for me. Appreciate everybody showing up today. If anybody is interested, we do have more open spots to join the league. We are more than halfway through Season 3, but Season 4 is coming up, and we can always use some more drivers.
Jimmy, VR.
Dano, buddy, you gotta get some new tires.
Welcome in, Simmy. How are you doing, man?
It's like everybody except for Dano might be on some intermediates. Who we got at the front of this pack? It is Rocco up in the front, so he's going to cross the line first to start his as he gets a little loose going through there. Going off some drifting skills. Right out ahead of Crispy.
I'm having to tiptoe around the track here.
Hey, you don't want to get into the wet kitty litter.
Yes, we do have a Discord, Simmy. Go to Super Doofus Inc. stream and he'll link you with Discord.
Yeah, because I won't be able to... Am I a mod on yours?
I don't have streams linked yet.
Okay. I'm going to say if I am, I can share it there too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't have any stream elements or anything set up for mine, so I just have to share it like that. Hey, Prototype, how's it going?
Yeah, you can come into my stream and drop it there.
1 second here.
Oh no, too wide.
Okay, yep, that worked.
There you go.
Hey, Simmy, how's it going? Jumping around back and forth the streams. Alright, so...
No, I don't have that devious. Also, welcome in.
We have Rocco and Crispy getting a little loose. Crispy got himself a half-second penalty as they're coming around. Which part of the track they're on here. I don't know all the names of the corners like Rowiki does, so... That one turn.
Believe me, I don't know half the corner names in Spa either. I know one of them is called Corner with No Name, but I'm not sure which one it's exactly it is.
I know Rouge is that one going up the hill there. I think everybody knows that one.
They keep debating whether it's Eau Rouge Radion or Radion, so I just call it Eau Rouge Radion.
That is the voice of Rowiki, which he is also streaming. He will be in race, so during the amateur race while I'm driving, he has the spectate view going, and during the pro race while he's driving, I have the spectate view going. So you can jump back and forth, which I will. make it easier here. I shared it earlier, but I'll share it again. Wiki and I have been kind of co-hosting this all season long. Eventually, when I get more money and a fancier setup, I do want to make the whole league streaming part of it much more professional. Alright, and we got our first drivers coming across the line. Seb gets himself to 230. Nielsen with a 231. Looks like all these times are definitely a little slow from the water. So I imagine by the end of qualifying, we're going to see some much better times. Thor gets himself up in a P1 with a 30.1.
And as you say, I'm driving and currently trying to tiptoe to not die.
Dano's got the intermediate tires on, so she should be doing much better. Kept spinning out with the medium tires on.
Now you have coverage from both streams.
Okay, you did make it in. Good. Timmy did make it to the Discord. Very nice.
Alright, Forza.
Alright, so I think this is Dano back here. Yes.
I really shouldn't be allowed to look at my laptop while I'm driving.
Yeah, that's how I wrecked myself out pretty big earlier. I blew up my engine and I still didn't finish last. Alright, Dan will come up to the line. Gonna set his first time. 32.9. So looks like Rowicki and Forza, the only ones still to set a time here. And he is on an out lap. They're both currently on an out lap, so we'll check back with them in a little bit.
Oh boy.
We'll have a look at our current pole sitter, which is Thor. And I'm pretty sure that's not his livery, as I don't think any of our liveries are loading up for me for some reason. Apparently my internet is being terrible today.
Oh, Nielsen now is the best time.
Oh, and Nielsen takes a 27.3, which is still pretty slow for this track, but I think it might be drying out a bit.
What?
Got just under 2 minutes to go, so this looks like it will be everybody's final lap here. Thor, not to be denied, he does take the lead back from Nielsen with a 27.1. What was that?
Devious. I'm trying to, because if you get it wrong, it's over.
Thank you, Crasher. Appreciate that. Appreciate all the likes from everybody today. We have Rowicki still looking to make his first lap here. Where is he at on the track? And there. So those two guys still have quite a ways to go before they set their time. Thor got himself a half-second penalty, so I don't think he's going to improve his time. Ronan got a good time, moving himself up into P3 at a 27.8. Rowicki's definitely going to be looking to take that top spot. So we should see him up on the podium. Ronan's going to have to push a little bit harder. And Dano gets his new fastest lap that moves him up into P4 with a 28.5. Give me a coffee refill.
Oh, God. Oh. Thanks, Crasher. I've been liking doing this commentary thing since the end of Season 2.
Got me a fresh cup of Team Not Sponsored coffee, and Nielsen does take P1 away from Thor with a 26.3. Thor with a penalty did not improve his lap time on that one. Ronan is still in that P3 spot. Rowicki coming to the line. Takes the P1 with a 23. And Forza looking to set his first lap time here on the final lap.
Oh.
And Forza gets himself all the way up into the P4 spot. We got Crispy coming to the line. Moves himself back up into 6th. And who we got? Way in the back, we got Dano.
Sorry, Nielsen.
I think Dano is going to be across the line last to finish up qualifying. Let's see if he can take away any spots here right at the end.
When the tires are round and slick.
The rain is always treacherous, but it always also makes some fantastic racing too. And Dano across the line does improve his time to a 27.3, taking away 7th spot from Ronan. And there we have our qualifying complete. So go over here, make sure to take a screenshot of that. That way we can enter in all the qualifying times onto Sim League Pro. And we have a few spectators down here. Also, I don't know what's going on with my replay, so everybody saving a replay would definitely help, just in case.
Not for long, Crasher. Not for long.
All right, so I think everybody should be ready to go here. We'll throw up a check tire warning.
Oh, I don't know if Rocco's live. I haven't dropped a like on his stream yet.
Thor said I brought the soap. This is a full-on shower right there.
Oh my god. That could actually work, to be honest.
All right, so good luck to all the pros. We're going to get this one going. So hopefully we don't have a issue with that blue flag glitch.
Doesn't look like so.
Nobody's moving.
No, one way to see it, the camera, when there's a blue flag glitch, the camera is off. It shows like 5th and 6th rather than the pole man in 2nd. Right.
Okay.
But it didn't.
Oh,
We
the
are.
race is underway.
Let's go.
I'm going to get this on and get that off to there so we can see. We do have a fairly wet track here, mostly wet as we are starting in the rain. We got one guy going wide. Who was that up there in a Porsche? It's hard to tell. May have been Crispy. Without the liveries, everybody's in a black Porsche. It's hard to tell the difference. Ran a little wide going through the pit exit, coming up the row. First turn, Crispy's getting a little loose there in the water. Does make a pass. Forza is trying to follow him around. Looks like he's trying to get past Thor, and he does. Now Nielsen is also coming up trying to make a move on Thor here, as Thor looks like he's getting shuffled back a little bit in the crowd. Nielsen does too indeed make the pass, but Thor is charging back at him. Nielsen has the inside line, giving him the advantage, and Ronan is going to try and follow him right through there. And we got one driver. Nielsen goes way off the track and clips the wall. Not too far back, but he's going to have to try very hard to recover from that one. Got a little bit of tire damage on his left rear. I'm really upset about the whole livery situation. We got Rowicki, Seb, and Crispy leading the way. With the wet tire conditions, it could be anybody's race here. Yeah, it looks like Seb is trying to push pretty hard, trying to catch up here. Might be giving a shot at a desperate move. He's going to the outside of Rowicki, looking for that P1 spot, lining himself up on the inside curve. He does take it away. Not very often we see passes against Rowicki, so very entertaining. Sure, Rowicki will be able to get it back here. According to this weather map that I got going on, thanks to watching Rowicki's, it looks like the rain is going to stop and the track is going to start drying out. Oh, Crispy and Rowicki getting on together a little bit through the final chicane. Seb got himself a penalty through there. But Crispy's a little aggressive on the blocking. He's going to try to switch back going through the first turn.
Oh, this car is so bad. Wet.
Very wet out there. Can barely see through the water. And our top three drivers, Crispy gets loose sliding through there as Rowicki is able to come back and take the position away. Going to drop a little further in the pack here. Nielsen's got himself a penalty in the back. We've got more battling going on up the front as Rowicki has retaken the lead.
Oh, shit. Oops, I almost swore on stream. Sorry.
Well, Crispy gets himself the lead after all the bumping and grinding. I have a little bit of forgiveness going into this one because the wet conditions do make it tougher, but penalty books are still going to apply. Seb picks himself another half second. So he's got a full second penalty. That's going to drop him back quite a bit as the rest of the pack is right there. Rowicki is making a move towards the outside.
Come on, I'm there.
Very tight pack here in the back as Rocco is dropping back. Looks like he may have gotten loose. Rocco trying to make another comeback here as he's getting past Forza again. Dano is looking to try and set himself up. Rocco gets the pass, but Dano does not find the room. Going to be chasing down Forza here. Want to kind of catch what's going on at the front of the pack, but I also want to make sure you have plenty of shots of the guys in the back. Rowicki looking to the outside, doesn't quite have a run there.
Dude, I'm moving to the inside and he's just covering it off. I moved to the inside, he's moving directly on my line. What the hell are you doing?
Oh, we got a big traffic jam going into the final chicane. We had one driver go off. Very tight through there. Oh no, and Nielsen spins out right at the start-finish line. Not to see if contact was made on that one or if he just spun his tires. We're definitely going to have a look at Crispy and see in the rule book, we do have a mention of blocking, so how much is he actually doing, as Roiki does make a clean pass against him, flying past him. And Devious says Seb is blocking, so we'll have to check that out too. Seb has dropped back to 6th from the top 3. Ronan has moved himself up into a P3. Rocco has reclimbed all the way up into P4. And lots of back and forth. Well, Crispy has gotten himself back into the lead. The wet conditions have definitely made a lot of difference here. Seeing drivers jumping from the back of the pack to the front, from the front to the back. We got Roiki chasing down Crispy here as they're coming up to one of the bigger straights. See if he can make a move on him with the draft. Yeah, I'm really upset about not having the liveries on. I have to slap my internet around. And looks like we might have Rocco trying to make a pass on Ronan here, back for the podium spot, the final podium spot. They're going into the final chicane. Roiki is going into the pits early, and Seb is going to follow. We got the first 2 drivers going in to switch tires. More than likely, they're both going to get on the drier tires. And it looks like we have Thor and Forza making a little bit of a battle on the back here. Look how grayed out it is coming through that first turn. The Ronan's looking to make a move here, trying to get past Rocco, but also has a half-second penalty. See how much he pushes trying to get past Rocco with the penalty. Like he's going to kind of hang back and follow in line for now. That is going to give Thor a shot at catching up to him once they cross the penalty line. And Forza is right there, not too far back. See Dano coming around in that Ferrari. Oh, Devious, that sucks. Like, when I'm at the hotel, the internet's not great, but I can at least still play. And coming to the penalty line is going to have to slow Ronan down. Is that going to give Thor a chance to take away the P3 spot? And Forza right there too. Thor does in fact make the pass on Ronan. Forza is coming up pretty fast behind him. Going to be looking to make a move going into the final chicane. Taking the outside line to start. Going to line himself up for the better turn. Cannot find space going through there. Hey, Moya, how's it going? Yeah, it always seems so treacherous. Oh, Crispy goes into the pit. Yeah,
Moya, congrats on the podium. That's your first podium in the JCCR league.
Yeah, it always seems so treacherous doing a rain race, but when we do them, everybody ends up loving it by the end. And because of the tracks that we picked this season and what we had last season, I didn't want to have repeats like rain at Fuji 2 seasons in a row. More than likely, I'm going to shoot for having 3 or possibly 4 rain races next season. This here is the only one we have in the rain, which the rest of the tracks that we have picked for this season don't allow rain on them, which just drives me nuts. You'd think they'd just make it the same weather settings for all tracks. Ronan and Forza are battling away here. Forza's still trying to look for a room to get around Ronan, but can't quite get caught up. And we got a yellow flag as Rocco is spun out from the P1 spot.
No!
He has dropped all the way back to 4th, but he has not yet pitted either, so he's going to be much further down the line. That gives Thor's currently the P1 position. And Forza still trying to find a room, trying to get a run going to the outside to set himself up on the inside for the final turn. And Ronan is going to dive into the pits, giving Forza the position. See Rocco going in too.
Oh, I think Crispy stopped on track.
Crispy stopped on the track. Hey, he's moving. Unless he wrecked. And we got some drivers coming out of the pit. Is somebody stopped on the track?
I saw his arrow barely moving.
I got this thing blocking my view. I can't see the... There it is. No, he's in the pits. He's in the pits. Could have been a little bit of lag or something on that. We got Crispy right out in front of Seb. Those two are right next to each other at the beginning of the race. They've moved up into the 4th and 5th spots. As everybody is coming out of pit lane at this point, I want to make sure that there's no shenanigans going on. Wiki is beyond the pit lane, as our drivers look to be getting lined up through the pit exit nice and cleanly. And we got a spinner in the back. That is Dano. Looks like he spun coming out of the pit. Wiki seems to have had a close call there.
Car is treacherous in changeable condition.
And still looking, Forza still needs to pit. That's going to give Rowiki a pretty big lead over Crispy. Yeah, Dad, you could hear it. So definitely the undercut paying off for Rowiki in a big way. Got a huge gain over Crispy, 13-second lead. And Forza is now coming in for his pit stop, which means Rowiki is going to be looking at retaking the lead here. That's going to put Forza coming out of the pit stops right here in the middle of the pack. He's already coming out of the pit stop. Oh no, it's on the other corner. Never mind. I forgot. The 24-hour layout's around the corner. So he's just pulling into his pit lane. And that is a 2:21.7, the fastest lap so far of the day, as the track's drying out, we should see some better lap times coming. Forza getting on his fresh set of tires as Rowicki goes by. And here comes the pack.
Oh my god, I almost snapped it in Eau Rouge.
Oh no. Sounds like we had a big save that kept Rowicki in the lead. And there is Forza coming out of the pit as he is dropping back to 4th. Oh, he got himself a 3-second penalty for the pit lane. So that is going to hurt pretty bad. That moves everybody. I think everybody's pitted at this point. Rowicki up into 1st. Crispy in 2nd. Seb in 3rd. Thor is in 4th. Currently Forza is in 5th, but with that big penalty, he's going to drop back at least 1 spot. Rocco is in 6th, Dano's in 7th, Ronan is in 8th, and Nielsen, who we saw wreck earlier, back in 9th, but he is coming up on Ronan pretty quick here. See if that Porsche can hold it together.
Devious pit crew, stop trying to kill me.
Yeah, Davies, what's your pit crew doing? They shouldn't even be on track right now. That'd be nice if the game would let you make custom race fire suits for your pit crew. So it does look like the rain is pretty much gone. It might show its face again here in the last few laps, but for right now we got some clear skies. Rowicki going in through turn 1 with a big lead, 12.5 seconds. Followed up by Crispy and Seb. Thor might be closing in on here. We'll keep an eye on these two for a minute and see if Thor is catching up to Seb. Just under a second here, half a second now, so he's flying out of that turn 1. Going up the hill to Grandma's house, as Johnny likes to say. Thor has got the draft on him. Will he have any speed going into this next chicane? Doesn't look like Seb wants to share the draft as he was pulled off towards the inside lane. Moves back to the racing line. Thor has got his best time so far of the day through the first sector. Looks like he's not quite close enough, but he's pretty close. We got Rocco back in 5th, Forza in 6th, so yeah, Rocco did pass Forza with the penalty. We got Ronan chasing down Nielsen. But right now the two battles we're going to keep an eye on are Seb and Thor, Forza and Nielsen. They're the closest to each other on the track currently. Oop, went too far. Rowicki coming up to the line to start lap 9. We're starting to get close to the end of this one. The track is still a little wet, but mostly drying out. Ronan closing that gap down to just a half a second. Has he got anything? Trying to make a move on Nielsen here. Can he get past him? Coming up to the final chicane. Is he going to make a chance?
Devious.
Nope. He stays in line. Looks for a little bit of an opening, but can't take advantage of it going through the final chicane. We'll have a quick check on Thor and Seb as they're still about the same distance apart. 1 second apart here. Heroic, he gets the first 2:19 of the day. Now has the fastest lap on the board.
I'm low on gas, though.
Oh, Heroic is burning through his fuel. You pitted once already, didn't you?
Yes.
And
I fueled up
Ronan,
half the lap water. The car is not responding to the track in general. Responds even less in the wet, but is burning through its fuel.
Ronan got a slight tap on Nielsen there, but looks like he backed out of it after that. I think no harm, no foul on that one. They both survived. And it looks like Dan was catching up a little bit with the battling going on between Ronan and Nielsen. Maybe he can get himself caught up here in the next couple of laps. Going back up through the pack, Thor is still chasing down Seb. We got Rowicki coming to the final chicane. His brakes blowing away. Got less than a half a lap, or half a tank. Over a quarter tank left of fuel. Still no weather on the radar. Crispy is just about the same amount of fuel as Rowicki, maybe a little bit more. Seb has got himself a half-second track penalty with Thor right on his bumper, so that's going to give Thor a chance to take away the P3 here. And he is not waiting for the penalty. He is going for it as they're coming up onto Road Rouge, too wide. And there's a bit of contact through there. It's going to push him. They both kind of got pushed off of the track there, making contact with each other. But they survived. Trying to be side by side, Seb and Thor through Eau Rouge. Made a little bit of contact, and Thor went off the road. But he did not get a penalty. So it looks like they survived through it. A little sketchy trying to go too wide through that. And Thor gets himself a fastest lap of 2:19.4. Still trying to take away that P3 from Seb here. And he keeps pulling out around from Seb. I wonder if he does the same thing that I do, where you're just trying to fake out the guy ahead of you by constantly looking around him. And looks like Ronan and Nielsen in the back are getting pretty close to each other. We'll switch back to them here in a second. Seb is coming up on the penalty line, and that is going to give Thor the chance to pass here. And there he goes. Thor takes away that P3 spot. Now it's going to be on Seb to try and come back and get him. And we got Nielsen chasing down Ronan, and they're in the same situation. Ronan's got the half-second penalty, which is going to give Nielsen the chance to make the pass. And there's his penalty, so that does in fact get Nielsen ahead of Ronan. Got two very similar passes on the same lap there. And they get through the final chicane nice and clean. Ronan's going to be looking to get that spot back. Dano is getting through the final chicane. Ruiki himself has still got a good lead. It looks like he is doing all right on fuel. We got, from Ruiki's spot, we got 2.5 laps left. Crispy's still maintaining that P2. He's got a decent lead over Thor, so he doesn't really have to worry too much about that. Seb is going to be trying to chase down Thor to get his P3 spot back. You can see Seb has his fuel map open, but does not look like he's trying to conserve right now. It says remaining lap 0, but I'm pretty sure that's not right.
That's fine.
Yeah. It says he's got 23% fuel, but remaining lap 0. Go check back in with Nielsen and Ronan as they're close together. Ronan's still trying to catch back up to Nielsen again. Got a fair bit of a gap between the two drivers there. Oh, and Seb is getting loose. He's trying to hold on to it. And he spins out and he does not make it and hits the wall hard. Lots of front end damage on his car as, ooh. Be careful getting back on the track there. I hope he ghosted. It kind of looked like he ghosted. That big wreck has dropped Seb all the way back down to 6th place. Now we got Forza chasing down Rocco here.
Yes, Steve, yes.
And Forza looking to maybe go side by side going into a Rouge. They're up next to each other. And a little wobbly. Looks like Forza backed out of it just to be safe.
Whoa, Forza, look at that time.
Oh, Forza got the fastest lap. Very nice.
Let's
yeah,
go,
Prototype.
buddy.
We do run pretty much every Saturday. We do take a week off here and there during the season. We have, I forget how many. I don't even have my notes handy. We've got like 4 or 5 races left in the season.
After this one, 5.
Yeah. So we're just past the halfway point. We'll be back here next Saturday at, I don't know where my notebook is to even know.
Alsace.
Yeah, Alsace Village.
Yes.
I'm not even sure which notebook I wrote it down in. I've got 40 of these things laying around my desk. And then, of course, when we're not doing this, we're over on Johnny's channel doing the JCCR versus subscribers races, Monday through Friday most of the times. Quickly make a run through the pack and see who is chasing down who. Ronan is still chasing down Nielsen here. And we got a little bit of speed on him. Can he get a run on him going into the final chicane? There's going to be some hard battling on the last lap.
You mean the Hotel Devious?
Ronan and Nielsen going down into turn 1. Do you have anything for him here? little bit of wobble coming out of the corner. We might have a run on him, but I don't know if he wants to go side by side. Gets pretty dangerous through this section. Oh, we got
nice
a spinner.
defense.
Looks like Dano spun out at lap 1 there, or turn 1, lap 1. Going up through the crowd. Rocco has pulled away from Forza, so Forza must have slipped up somewhere and dropped back a few seconds. Oh, really? That was brilliant.
What?
My controller charger just tipped over and knocked over my coffee and spilled coffee all over the place.
Oh no.
Got a coffee down. Just telling my wife, I got one of the 2-stand controller charger deals. And I was just telling her yesterday that it's top heavy. Sure enough, it proves it. I got a towel on it. Let me go back to this real quick. Alright, so Rowiki coming to the line with yet another win. First place for Rowiki. Crispy is going to be coming across the line in second place. Gotta make sure not to call it too early because it is still possible to spin out in that final turn. Thor is going to get himself the P3, followed up by Rocco, who takes a 4th place energy.
I'm sure, as Johnny would say, we did a thing!
We did a thing. Followed up by Forza coming in 5th. Forza taking the fastest lap. Great job. Feb to the line in 6th place, followed by Ronan, who did overtake Nielsen at some point there. I missed it while my coffee was spilling. Good job by Ronan, followed up by Nielsen. And Dano still struggling in the Ferrari. We need to get that guy back in the Viper. I'm going to clean up my coffee mess here. Yeah, at least my floor is going to smell like Folgers for a little bit. Best part of waking up. Yeah, it's doing it again. It didn't let me save the replay.
Devious. I have the replay saved?
Okay. Make sure to get these screenshots. So very good there. But check my internet, maybe reset my router, because like I said, with the race I did last night, it wasn't letting me view a replay either.
Alright, so that is your coverage of the JCCR Racing League Season 3, Round 7 at Wet Spa. There's a lot of chaos, battles, and funny moments in between. Camaro with the bollards. However, we will definitely need to review both races to see if we need any stewards' inquiries.
Yeah, looks like Nielsen's already saying that he was pushed off, so we'll have to look into that.
We have a lot of work to do back here.
Yeah.
But next week, we'll be heading to a track we have never raced before, ever. Alsace Village. And frankly, I'm not sure many people in the Gran Turismo 7 community even drive this track, so it's going to be a real, driving into a forest of blankness as we head to a French doubleheader, I think, because we have Alsace next week and St. Croix B the next week after that. Well, so we hope you enjoyed the coverage of this Spa race. We will see you at Alsace, and from Super Doofus and I, we will catch you around. Bye-bye.
Yeah. And thanks to everybody for showing up today. Appreciate it, everybody. Got quite a bit of likes and everything, so I think this may have been one of our best streams yet. It was pretty fantastic. And we're going to get into looking at these replays. Well, we will find out in the replay one way or the other what happened, and we will see. Hopefully my system stops being dumb and actually lets me watch some replays, so I'm going to have to try and reset all my stuff. But we will be back next week, and until then, raise long and prosper.